LEGO just revealed a new icon set that's a golden retriever puppy build. This will retail for $140 in the United States with 2,102 pieces, and it will release February 1st, 2026. Puppies are absolutely adorable, and recently LEGO knocked out of the park with the 101 Dalmatians puppy set, which was a similar price range. They've done a great job with the Tuxedo Cat, so this should have been an easy win, but this looks pretty bad if you ask me. Compare this to the 101 Dalmatians puppy, and you'll notice how this golden retriever has a problem where it tries to capture, I guess, a more realistic fur design. It makes it end up looking jagged and much like a, say, rock structure than a smooth little puppy. That's to say, this has an odd amount of greebling to it that just doesn't work. It kind of reminds me of looking at the 2008 Volkswagen Beetle set LEGO put out compared to 8 years later with the 2016 Volkswagen Beetle, where the earlier set has a lot more studs showing and has a less round and smooth shape to it, while that later set looks just about perfect. Again, I appreciate the attempt to make this look more realistic and try something different from those aforementioned sets, but I think going for a more cartoony look of smooth fur would just look more pleasant on the eyes and would actually come off more like the thing it's trying to portray. When you compare something like the eyes to, say, one of those cartoon character sets, that would add a layer of realism that those sets don't have. And yeah, the eyes would look fine if it was a lot smoother. But here, those problems I previously mentioned just make the eyes look even more creepy and make this look like a robot dog. I think the most appropriate set to look at on how they should have executed this design is the LEGO Ideas 2024 Tuxedo Cat. That was going for a real animal, not based on any cartoon character or anything like that, but it captured the smoothness of that animal, where looking at it, you're like, yeah, that looks like a cat. That doesn't look really creepy, like this dog right here. That set was only $100, to be fair, with 400 less pieces, but I think that's a much better build and buy than this set. Another problem I have is with the color scheme they have going on here. The tan works for a golden retriever. I don't have a problem with that. Rather, you'll notice how there's some nougat colors just showing through here and even some brown colors, which are very distracting and look out of place. It's even worse when you look at this from the back, where on the back of the legs, there's so many nougat colors just showing awkwardly. All of that adds to my feeling that this looks like a build that should have came out like 15 years ago. There's also this really awkward, as I call it, flat top, round bottom 1x1 tile for this nougat coloring as well, just like right at the front here. And okay, this is probably more of a problem on my recognizability with golden retriever puppies, but whenever I think of golden retriever puppies, I guess I think of a slightly younger golden retriever puppy that's kind of stereotypical to like pop culture. That's this chubby, kind of dumpy design that's friggin' adorable. And I kind of wish they went with a younger puppy for that recognizability. I'm getting nostalgic for those K9 Advantix ads, dang it.
There ain't no bugs on me. There ain't no bugs on me. There may be bugs on some you mugs, but there ain't no bugs on me.
K9 Advantix provides gentle, effective protection against disease-spreading pests, so you know they're protected wherever they go.
That song has been stuck in my head for like 16 years. I mean, if you look at the back, that's clearly not the type of body and seemingly age of golden retriever they're going for. Going over the posability features of this set, you can rotate the head left to right. You could also flop the ears, which is pretty adorable. It seems like the front legs are posable as well. The left leg over here is the only one that's shown in official images, but I wouldn't doubt this right leg being just a mirrored build. I guess you could say this elbow section right here is one posable section, and then at the very end with the paw, it's seemingly posable. I'm also not sure if I like the digital pads build for, the underside of the paw. I mean, I guess it is accurate for being gray there, but it also just looks jarring in the color combinations and everything. But they couldn't exactly go with a flat look there. I don't know. That's a tough build that I'm not entirely sure how to fix. And I like the nose build. The tail can be wagged. You can see it in two different positions in these official pictures. There's also an option to place the tongue as a part of the build or leave it without a tongue. That's a pretty cool customization feature. And without the tongue, you can display this with the mouth open, or you can easily close the mouth. I like the design for the collar and the little print that's exclusive to this set on one of those 3x3 circular tiles. It's kind of hard to see, but there's new printing for the eyes. It doesn't have the option to swap out the eye color like, say, the Tuxedo Cat, though. One thing I missed that was present in that Dalmatians build was the fact that you could build it in this pouncing design, not just a sitting down design. The only drastic changes in pose come with those front legs, like we mentioned before. Or is it just one front leg? I'm not even sure. But it would have been cool to see this as a pouncing design alternate build. But I get that that might have been like, okay, we have this exclusive feature for this Disney set. We can't really translate to doing the same thing with this Golden Retriever set that's unlicensed. Maybe I'm thinking too hard about that. Plus the Dalmatian set was $10 more, even though it also had around 400 less pieces. I feel like I won't be alone on my feelings with this set, but if they keep on doing this type of puppy series, I would love to see different breeds. I mean, my favorite breed of dog are beagles. I would love a beagle puppy build. That would be freaking adorable. But if it's this style of weirdly greeble fur, I'm good. If I didn't make it clear enough, no, I do not plan on buying this set whatsoever. Is it worth the price? I mean, if you're a price per piece ratio person, totally, as this is $140 for 2,102 pieces. That's a good price per piece ratio. Like I mentioned earlier, that 101 Dalmatian set was $150 for 1,722 pieces, which is still a good price per piece ratio, but worse than this one's. But dang, that Tuxedo Cat is clearing, where it was only $100 and it had 1,710 pieces. That's pretty fantastic. When you have that in mind, then it gets to the point where I'm like, dang, I wish this was like $100. But I don't know, let's not end it on a bad note. I like the perpetual sad face here. That is just very appropriate for a puppy dog like a Golden Retriever. I think a lot of that is due to the use of that triangular brick piece, which just works so well with like the eyebrows up there. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you have the same problems with this build that I have? Or do you think this is better than things like the Dalmatian set, the Simba set, or the Tuxedo Cat? If LEGO was to make another domesticated animal in this type of icons build, which would you pick? And also, if they were to make another dog breed, which breed would you pick? Subscribe here for more LEGO news, commentary, and honest LEGO takes. And I'll see you later. Seriously, you pressing that subscribe button, you leaving a comment, and hitting that like button really helps because the algorithm could be pretty rough. Peace out. Bye.